Alright, in this session we are gonna go screen recording for a video on our YouTube channel, and we are now on Everest, and we're gonna buy some crazy stuff. To be honest, we already have it, but we show you where to get it. So today we are gonna go to Farnsway because there are some ships. Farnsway. There are some ships. Where is it? Yeah, here next to Sapphire. Should be. Yeah, next to Sapphire. We're gonna go clean up some ships and salvage it to the ground. And because there are some elevators, we can put the RMC boxes and also the construction boxes into the freight elevator and pick it up later. But in order to do that, we need some tools, and we have some tools here. One is the Cambio SRT. There is a small tractor beam, a big tractor beam. Can we do that? Yeah, a big tractor beam. And we also have a small SRT with us, the light SRT. And we are gonna go show you where to find. We are here on Everest. And you can go to... Why is that so blurry? And why is that so close? 6. We are heading to the elevators. Yeah, that with the cinematic we need to practice. We'll go to Galleria, and at the Galleria there is Platinum Bay. Let's see, where's Platinum Bay? Here. And here at Platinum Bay you can enter SRT, and you will find the attachment for the multi-tool SRT and the light SRT canister, but also the big one, Cambio SRT, with the big canisters. We already bought that, and so we are gonna go to this location where we just told Farnsway. But before we go there, we need to load everything into our backpack. So we are looking for a terminal over here to pack everything into our backpack. So all set, and we are gonna go. Looks like as if they fixed the animation. Yeah, if we can manage to start the engine. Because since they implemented the new touchscreen, you cannot enter the ship and just fly, no. What was that? Engines. Yeah, it is just stupid. Yes, of course. Just doesn't work. Yeah, navigation sucks in the verse. We need to find it by ourselves. So Castillo is over there. It can be that Farn's Way. It is close to Sapphire, so we need to find Sapphire. And depending on how we approach the planet, it is somewhere north. But yeah, what does it mean, being north, right? Stanhope, Cutter's Rick, Harper's Point, Grey Cat Production, Farnsway. So on one side of the ship there are one side of this facility there are 3 ships next to the elevators, freight elevators, landing pads, and we want to find those ships. I hope we do not die because of trees passing, but usually those Hurstons are quite nice. So we have here somewhat like what is that? A constellation. Yeah, that is a constellation. For some reason we have no target info. Top left screen. So we are not used to all those new screens. Top left, we see the target. We have a fish. We have another ship, but that one in front of us we do not see. And it's not blinking, so that means we can basically start salvaging. There are boxes on the freight elevator. And here we have someone checking the site. Let's see what that is. Yeah, we cannot target that one for whatever reason. So what we can do is we can switch and say to the left, we focus the left arm, switching to tractor, because interestingly he shows a specific part. Let's see if we can tungsten contracted. Okay, it looks like as if that one did some sort of contract work and failed. So we switch to the right arm and have a check what's happened. So far no warning. So far no increase of crime stat. That means we can do our worst here. And salvage this Taurus. Not Taurus, constellation. If we turn off the lights, we see a little bit more, because as soon as it's orange, or as long as it is orange, there is something going on. So here we have a problem on this side. The last time we had been here, salvaging was no problem, scrapping off the hull, but fracturing the ship, that was a problem. So we will salvage all the ships, scrap all the hulls, unload all the boxes, and then we try fracture. We expect to get shot from the facility. So we need to make sure that we are pretty much empty. No armor, no guns, no tools, no equipment, nothing. And if so, if we don't get shot, that's actually great, because then we can continue fracturing, salvaging, and disintegrate at the end. Here you can see the yellow part. Yellow part means we are now at 35% of the available material is scrapped, and as soon as we fall below 32 it turns red, and we consider turning red is the signal of being ready for disintegration. 32, now it's red. There is still some RMC loading into the buffer, the hopper, but we will continue other parts of the ship. %, available. And we are totally aware that we are now just from one side of the ship salvaging, and here, because of the ship is sideways on the ground, it means that we cannot salvage the whole ship, but we do our best to get the most out of it. Alright, this part is also red. We got now 4.4 SU boxes. Yeah, just r- just read your message. What's your name? Question Beast. This is not a bunker. This is a distro center. But to be quite fair, if you leave power on and your ship is closed doors, nobody is able to salvage your ship. This is why we always check every ship we salvage if it's free for cleaning up. And yeah, so we are not guilty of any sort of wrongdoing for that matter. And yeah, for you, just having a tip, leave your power on your ship, because nobody is able to salvage your ship unless you leave the door open, so that hopping on into the pilot seat and turning off the power by yourself. Hope that helps. But yeah, in general, if it comes to salvaging, our doing is not for the money primarily. Our thing is for cleaning up, actually cleaning up. So like this ship here doesn't look like as if anybody will come back to properly land and store, because as you can see, it is sideways, so there is only acrobatics are able to enter the ship. And if you are a solo player, you cannot do this acrobatics, you need to have support. And yeah, for that matter, so this ship here, this constellation, is pretty easy to salvage because nobody will come back. And there's another interesting fact about this ship: it doesn't show up on the radar, it doesn't show up on targeting. And this is something pretty new. Everything about this new multifunctional display MFDs we didn't figure out yet. So this one didn't show up at all. And that is for us a sign, yeah, if it's not on the radar, if it's not targeting, able to target, it is completely abandoned. From the system, from the legal fiction, from the player. The player is probably not even here on the server anymore. So yeah, clean up. Yeah, it has nothing to do with being paranoid, to be quite fair, because this supposed to be Star Citizen, supposed to be a video game, and people tend to do things they won't do in real life. But we play Star Citizen as a role play, so because we expect some, let's say, rude players stealing our ship, that's why we close the ship from now on for quite some time now. Just because, especially when we have loads cargo inside the ship, then we do close all the time. But there are other ways to, I think with this patch 24.2, they implemented something that you cannot steer or steal another ship that you're not a party member of. But that is something to be verified. It's just something that we kind of noticed. Yeah, do that. You do yourself a favor. It is relaxing, quite fair. We are listening to podcasts while doing that. That's why you do not hear anything besides we are talking. And when we do not notice that somebody is texting in Twitch, then we do not. We just enjoy. That's why our videos has a vlog in the title, because it's just a vlog of doing what we are doing as a salvager inside Star Citizen. As you can see probably in earlier videos, sometimes we do some side hustle like cargo and hauling and trading and so on, just to have some variety in our daily life in the verse. Let us know what kind of gameplay you are doing. Bunker, you said. So only mercenary, or do you other stuff? Yeah, if you have a vulture or if you wanted to try out vulturing, for us the best combination is actually on the left arm the default cinch scrapper module, and on the right side the default abrat scrapper module. So we do not scrap primarily just to have as fast as possible the hopper filled up and creating as fast as possible many boxes. No, we create as many boxes just because we want to clean up everything. And as you can see, we really do not really enjoy, but we do not strive for the mass amount of RMC, and that's why we take care that all ship parts are red at the end. For us that means in the system 32% of the scrappable material is sucked in by the vulture. As you can see here, now it's turned red. Now we are on 25% scrappable material, and we still continue because we still can do some boxes but clean up a little bit more precisely. That depends on the time we have or we want to spend in the verse for a session, how much time we will take, because we can spend hours and hours and hours in cleaning up. There are so many players abandon their ships. There are so many players place their ships somewhere, like in this facility here. This is, by the way, Farnsway on Hurston. They come here doing some mission, and for whatever reason they exit the game to the menu or quit the game totally, but the ship itself stays on the server. And those kind of ships are sometimes annoying because they are right in the way for landing, doing cargo missions, and so we see ourselves as a necessary need for cleaning up. And unfortunately on these shipping facilities, mining facilities on the moons, it is armistice zone, so we cannot clean up there, which is a pity. But here on these private properties we can, because we are on Hurston and we are some sort of a citizen of Hurston and somewhat ranked up in the Hurston contractor, so they leave us salvaging here without shooting at us. But we managed to get shot by one of these facilities by fracturing those ships. So that's why we focus primarily now on scrapping. And after we scrapped all the ships we found on this facility, we unload all the boxes into the local freight elevator here on this site, and then fly empty back to the ships and fracture. And we will expect that we will get shot down by the facility's turret, and we will not lose anything but a little bit of time, but then we will come back with the towers and load up all the cargo boxes, the RMC boxes we saved in the local warehouse. This is the thread we are going to. Yeah, if you are still there, let us know if you go into the bunkers with cargo boxes to loot the armor and guns. This would be interesting, because we started as, when was it? Patch 24.0 or 0.1. We do sometimes bunker just for killing time, basically. And we started out taking these boxes with us into the bunkers to loot all the materials and sell it. That makes some bonus money after the contract is complete. It's a little bit clicky work. Sell every single item and move all the items into the boxes. But yeah, extra money. And now we are striving for the whole sea. Yeah, we know that is some sort of a risk, but we are striving for the whole sea, because in the cargo hauling contracts of Kovalex we reached now the member rank, and there is quite some ranks above us, and we hope that we can manage to get higher up and when we have the Hull C, we can do actually really interesting stuff. And with the Hull C, we also can do some trading stuff that could be really interesting. And all this side hustle for cargo and trading is basically just to lay out the financial basis, foundation for our organization we want to create, or we actually created, to be able to finance other players in terms of giving them some money to reach for a vulture, being able to buy their own vulture. This is something what we want to do. We want to make sure that everyone has tools, equipment, gear and everything to do and participate in that kind of gameplay that we are doing here. We do not salvage for the money, we salvage to have clean space. Yeah, this is what we want. We want to have a clean space. That's why we do not trash bottles and medical gone. No, we trash that into the trash can as it's supposed to be. And we noticed that on RCOP, and probably not only on RCOP, they do advertisement on that. Yeah, trash is for the can, they say, or something like that. And in real life, people do that most of the time, not everyone. But here in the game, they say, oh, it is just a video game, it doesn't really matter. No, the idea of Star Citizen is to have a persistent universe. So if you trash around, your trash will persist. And if we trash Stanton system, for example, the same way like we trash Earth, then you have trash islands, and it's just not good. For the environment is not good, for sea life is not good, for animals is not good, for plants is not good, for us it is not good, for life it's not good. It's just suffering for the place. And having that in mind, we go through Star Citizen, through the verse, to amplify the responsibility everyone has. And it's not a responsibility for society, no, it's the responsibility. Being aware of everything you do or you don't do, and facing the consequences or predict the consequences of your actions and non-actions. And we are not talking about wrongdoings or so, no, we are talking about responsibility in general. And to be quite fair, oh, you still there? Just to be quite fair, we did some killing in the game, because yeah, it is a game. But this is the only way in this early access state that is reliable enough to make some money. But with this patch, 3.24.2 hotfixes, I don't know how many, the freight elevators work pretty fine. Depends on the servers, but they work pretty fine. So that's why we managed to rank up in the holding. So and plan to get more into cargo salvage. My vulture is my favorite ship so far. The clean space is very green. I don't drop stuff either. I put it all into the inventory space. Yeah, the inventory space is also a way to put trash into it. We started doing that as well because we noticed every time when they do a re-inventory, they clean up the consumables and the ammo, and with that the empty bottles. So we started doing that as well. This is also an easy peasy way, because we are going back to any space station or primary location anyway, so why not? It's easy. And even to prepare for the next session, or in the morning when we start, the morning, whatever morning is, we reorganize our armor and backpacks, and so we empty the gear, the armor with the empty bottles as well. So this is nice. Yeah, the green stuff, the organization we want to create here in the verse, it is basically just a representative here in the verse to reach another, let's say, other kind of people. And we also do that in real life, to be honest. We could do more, of course, but we do that in real life. We do every now and then some sort of a gathering where we go into the woods and clean up all the trashes we found, sometimes more, sometimes less. Now it is winter or fall over here, autumn. There are not so many people outside in the woods trashing around, but in the summertime, when they do barbecues and stuff, there is plenty of trash everywhere. And it is not only about having a green earth or something, it's more about the suffering. If you really think about the suffer, where do we create suffer? For ourselves, for others, other life forms, plants, animals, other people, where do we create suffer? And as long as there is suffer, we cannot heal, earth cannot heal, life cannot, what is the way? Not develop, the other way, prosper. Life cannot prosper as long as there is suffer and pain on earth. And to get an idea, every single war is suffer. It doesn't matter if Russia against Ukraine or any civil war or whatever, war is war. And the common theme on every war is death, pain, killing, suffer, destruction. Every single war. It doesn't matter who fights against who. And so we are not participating in any war. And with participating we mean... Oh, shit. Filler station is full. But we have to say this one, let's have a check. The whole ship should be red now. Can we manage? Yeah, the whole ship is red, so we did a proper job here. And do not salvage and talk at the same time, because we completely forgot to check the filler station. Filler station is full, probably for quite some time. But yeah, just to get an idea. And we also want to have this some sort of gathering for salvaging in the verse, to have like the organization. We have a Discord stuff to make sure, not to make sure, just to have some sort of like-minded people around and doing salvaging, cleaning up stuff in the verse, and eventually bring it into the real world, because that is actually what actually matters in real world, in real life, making sure we do not trash, because this is something that we have under control. It's our decision if we trash around or not. And yeah, if we find some other trashes from other people, we can do clean up that as well. Of course, we do not do that in general. What's going on here? Auto check of this new color. Can we? Is it checked? Don't see it. Oh, it's a little bit big. Come on. Okay. Why is that not working? Is it because of private property? Oh no. No, what's going on here? This is really CIG-ish. No, stay up. Oh, come on. It's buggy. Damn. What should we do? We almost died. Oh yeah, this ladder is absolutely my favorite thing about the Vulture. Yeah, the organization is actually not doing yet, because we want to create a website, and as long as the website is not up, we do not actually promote the organization. But if you want to check, we already created an organization on Robot Space Industries. We can show you how that looks like. It is just set up in terms of saving the name, but it's not for actually, it's not finished. It's not finished set up, because there's organization, quite a lot of stuff going on in real life. Yeah, I should do that as well. Oh, invitations. Oh, we got the Nova. Where is our organization? Citizen. Whoa, that took quite some time. This right elevator. So over here, organization. It is no man's scrap. Yeah, nobody's scrap, so nobody cares, but we do. And there's some word playing inside here. No man's scrap is like nobody's shit. Yeah, it is just because of the limitation of the characters in the name, but we found it funny. And if you want, there is absolutely no need to have that your primary organization affiliate is pretty fine. And we will fill up that probably in January, because we will be away for a longer time soon. And what do we have here? No man's scrap. We built the logo and everything. We had data loss on our computer. That's why we couldn't continue at the time we wanted. Spectrum. Yeah. No man's scrap. And the idea is really, we are not an organization in order to be an organization. We are everything far of it. And our spiel is, when you check etymologically, organization. What is an organization? Organ is inside, structure of the body or its parts. Act or process of organizing. So we are not organized at all. The only one thing is the idea of, in Star Citizen terms, we love a clean space. That's it. And the arranging of parts in an organic whole, yeah. And this arranging of parts is artificial. And that's why we are not organizing or organized. Okay, for our role play, we organize our stuffs, of course, but we do not want to be an organization in the matter of arranging parts, because everything that is artificial is not natural. Action pairs by organizare, from Latin organum, instrument, organ. Yeah, and here you see an instrument needs to be played to fulfill its purpose. And of course, we can say NPCs or a playable character, but the question there is, who is the one who plays what? Are we playing in the verse, or are we the played ones? And that goes for real life as well. You can ask yourself, are we the one who got played, or are we the one who plays? Oh, now it works. Okay, finally. So yeah, if you're still here, this is what we can recommend. This is something what we dreamt of when we started out in the verse. That was, what was it? 323. I think summer 24 we started in the verse. And back then we were looking for places where we can store these RMC boxes until we take it. And now with these freight elevators, we actually got this possibility to store all these boxes. This is quite nice. We really love that. And yeah, let us know, what is your second ship? How do you transport all these cargo goods? Our combination is Vulture and Taurus. For us, Taurus is absolutely amazing. What's going on? Do we need to be outside of the ship? Somehow. It's just weird. And if that continues for 13 boxes, oh my god. Holy moly. Let's see if that one... yeah, so if you are vulturing, you noticed that this ship is just... No, that ship is not blinking. That means power is off. And it looks kind of like deranged, as if it stands here for quite some time. And it is open. So if we enter... Can we? Yes, it does. We can enter. Let's have a check. Yeah, power is still on. Is engine on? Oh, with this new head. Multifunction. Yeah, thrusters is now off. Weapons off. We cannot turn power off, but it looks like as if it is. Yeah. Oh, oh no. Can we leave the ship? No. Are we locked in? No, please. This is interesting. Why? Oh. Yes, we can leave. Okay, okay, yeah, gunner and support guy. We completely understand. But you can put it in a positive direction. You can say if that multiplayer stuff actually comes into play, you have an advantage because we are already experienced in that. Interesting. Not enough energy for the med bed. No, not again. I think this ship is cursed. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. Yeah, Taurus is really one of our favorites. Anti-pirate sounds great. Never sit on the toilets. Yeah, if you're locked in on the toilets, that is pretty bad. But it looks like as if it's just takes some time. Not sure if we have some issues with the server. Not sure if we can see that. But yeah, we will take that to our heart. Especially when the ship already looks like deranged. Like this one. Don't do that. But yeah, you can see no blinking of the ship. Yeah, the ship itself does not blink. That is an indication for us that this ship is free to be cleaned up. Yeah, the toilet. Have you noticed that the Taurus has basically some sort of a bathroom but no toilet in it? And did you notice that the foldable table is now working? We were wondering if the Taurus is just an early access ship. So they will implement functions and functions. Is that new? Yeah, but what we are looking for is not the toilet. What we are looking for is... Oh, come on. Do we need to get out of this place? Maybe we need to go over to the greens. Not sure if this site is some sort of partially armistice zone. That might be possible. Ah, okay. Yeah, the table is nice. What's going on? The table is nice, but what we are looking for... What the fuck is going on here? What? Why is the ship not stable? Why can it not hold? God damn it. Ask in the global chat, anyone having issues with everything? Yeah, Drake knows that we produce a lot of shit. So, gear is down. Now it flies. But we are still in private area. Let's see if we can print out the boxes here. Yeah. Pooping in the shower. Sometimes on Instagram we see some weird stuff from people and they were asking who is pooping into the shower and people actually replied. Yeah. And it looks like as those guys who designed the RSI ships, maybe probably these kind of people pooping into the shower. Not sure, just guessing. But nowadays everything is possible, you never know. And if you're still here, let us know, do you also have some issues with box moving after printing? Not sure if this is the first time we are on the run with the Vulture since the patch release. But it's quite annoying. Yeah, and you see that one? This was the ship we saw before. And it also looks like as if it stands here for quite some time. Also looks empty. but it should be possible to hop into the ship on the lower corner. And there's another one, a black one, probably also a Zeus. So lots of Zeus over here. Our suspicion is that they start implementing the batteries. Now we do not have batteries. Yeah, just leave it like that. Yeah, this is probably our first time. If you are online, and you seem to be online, otherwise you cannot be here on Twitch. If you want, you can add us as friend. You can add us as friend. It's the same name everywhere, the same. And we can come over to pick you up if you like. Because we had that problem as well, and many players have the same issue that they cannot get the ship and leave. And we had the same issue. We couldn't get the ship. We couldn't get into the hangar. And when we had been into the hangar, we couldn't launch the ship. And everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Murphy's. And as soon as we stepped out of Lorville, our primary location, Everest, I think, was the first one. Just one time, and then we flew back to Lorville, and then it started works. Just that particular one. What, 4 people on a multi-crew? Is it awful to be 4 people on the multi-crew, or regarding to the toilet? Because if you need to stand in line for toilet, yeah, you need to plan and organize the toilets going. Yeah, shower pooping. Yeah, as we read that, we just thought the hole in the shower is not that big. And if you have a solid, how does that go? You need to stamp with your feet. Just imagine that. You need to stamp with your feet in order to get rid of. And usually the toilet is just right next to. Oh, you know what? They probably nerfed the Drake Vulture. Look at that. It's done. We cannot. And it also not producing the next box. It says preparing to eject. Now we can move the box. And now it is filling the box. This is weird. Yeah. We are a little bit out of routine with the vulture. We need to do that more. But yeah. Okay, so if you decide otherwise, just join, respectively request invite. We are almost daily, not all the time, but almost daily online, depending on the stuff we are doing. And now we are doing cargo hauling testings, and during that hauling testing, we saw all the ships here on Farnsway. That's why we get out the vulture to cleaning up, or at least wanted to clean up. Yeah, with the boots. With the boots it would go work, but usually in average bathrooms there is a toilet right next to the shower, so we do not see the point why using the shower for that. Having a talking about pooping in the shower. How about that? What is Merch Warrior Online? Is that a few other games like? Oh, this is another game. Yeah. We wanted to start out a YouTube channel about gaming, and we are looking for the most resource intensive games out there. Star Citizen and Cyberpunk were on top, and then we had to decide with which one we would start. And we started with Star Citizen, and since then we are here. We tried once Cyberpunk, but we never managed to fulfill or succeed the first mission, so we basically gave up. But we paid money for that game, so we will have another try, another day, probably another year. And we were checking out EVE online, but to be quite fair, we are really not gamers, and it took a while. Took quite some energy for getting into the verse with all the key bindings and everything, just everything. And we were really keen on learning all this stuff, and now we learned. And every time when we use or try another game, we need to relearn everything what is inside that game. And we just don't have the energy for that. Yeah, that's why we are not considered to be gamers, and we also do not play other games. We have Epic Game Launcher installed on our computers. There are some free games. And we did some Metastrike for testing, but it's not really appealing. And yeah, so that's for our gaming life. Yeah, that fracturing is unfortunate regarding to the space. Again, why is the ship not holding? God damn it. Reboot. Yeah, now it is holding. Did we forget to refuel the ship? Yeah, how many years are you in the verse? Sounds like as if you are some sort of a senior player compared to us. Yeah, that reset in configuration we experienced from that patch, that was quite annoying to reset every single key binding. We do not have much, but over the time there is more and more and more. This is really annoying. And even saving, backing up, and import, there should be actually some sort of export-import function built in so that you can export your settings from version A and import to version B, and it will convert all the existing key bindings into the new version, because we figured that the MFDs are new key bindings. And if you have, let's say, a key binding on a particular button where they want to have a key binding in their default for the MFDs with that key bind you already had, so that doesn't work. But with the import function, it's just like an easy import thing to let the player decide what kind of settings you want to have overwritten. Do you want to have the default from Star Citizen, or do you want to keep your own setting? With the risk, of course, not having a key binding on all the new fancy stuff they built in the new patch. That would be a great implementation. Yeah, if we would be part of this gaming development drama, we would not doing issue console stuff, but we will feature requests, because there would be some feature requests we would like to see regarding of gameplay as a video game, but we do not consider Star Citizen as a video game, not because it's early access, because it's just designed as not to be able to be a game at any time. Yes, exactly. All these new changes. Yeah, and something what we also notice is that re-inventory. We had our primary location on Lorville, but we rather stayed on Everest, because from the hangar to the med center is pretty close, and from the habs to the elevator is pretty close. And we moved all our shit to Everest, and every time after we did that, we couldn't land on Everest anymore. We didn't get landing permission. And after patch release, all the goods came back to the new primary location, which was great. But every single box we filled with items were emptied. And yeah, that is a huge mess in the inventory now, because we do collect official armors like the Crusader security, Hurston security, and now we have basically a loss of the armor set. But anyways, we still have it, just for the sake of having it. We have some knife collection. This is also great. But other than that, we do not collect much. Yeah. The remote turrets. Remote turrets, we have also one keybind for... what was the reason? The reason was the reclaimer. Again, ship cannot hold. This is so annoying. Reboot tut immer gut. Yeah. Wondering if this is an official landing pad, because it might be that we can refuel. Let's have a check if we can refuel. Yes. But there is no... Okay, weird. Okay, 23. That's 11 years. We also can consider to be an actual long-time backer. 11 years, yeah. But if you just play casual, it's pretty fine. Time runs fast. Yeah, we didn't... Does it hold? Yeah, it does hold. The first patch we experienced was late August this year. and we were wondering that we were able to reset our primary location, because in the marketing they said once set it's done, but yeah, we probably didn't comprehend what it means, early access and implementing new stuff. Ah, look, there's a major torque imbalance. Why? Can we shield down? Ship doesn't look like as if it's damaged. Ship is 41%. %. Oi! It might be possible that we can flip the ship over, because the fish is pretty small. Yeah, it's already red. 29%. Friendly fire. That wasn't been said at the Connie. Let's see. Can we? Yes, we can. Then rotate. Yeah, like this, too much. We want to scrap the stomach of the ship. Can we? Probably not. Why? Just because we are unable. Yeah, this considered to be a desync problem. And maybe this is the reason why we couldn't really take off, because they didn't get the signal. Yeah, it's still on the feet, or again on the feet. Yeah, we will continue. So this is the yellow one, and over here is the black one. Having a check on that. Oh, there's another one. What? Whoa, a 600i over there. Whoa, that gives us a lot of boxes. Not sure what time is it. Yeah. Time run fast. Yeah, that ship is blinking. But it also looks like as if it's standing here for quite some time. Yeah, completely testing. Yeah, we had discussion with people in real life. We figured they play in Star Citizen, and they were complaining about it's not a game. And we said, yeah, it's not a game. It's supposed to be a simulator. But even more than that, it's metaverse. We consider Star Citizen as a prototype of metaverse. Yeah, what did they do? It doesn't look like as if they left the ship. Also, the ladder is not down, so they actually didn't left the ship. Maybe they had been to be impatient and just exit the game. And the 600i. This is the actual ship we actually strive for. We also would be willing to pay money for, but it is just way too expensive. Yeah, but when they get out of the ship, there need to be, or at least our thinking is, there need to be some evidence of leaving the ship. For example, no, the Zeus has some bug glitch with the ladder. It doesn't show up, it just functions. That might be the case that they left, because it looks like as if they tried to proper land and it is really like stable in the trees. Yeah, you might be right. And this one looks completely abandoned, but it's still blinking. Yeah, are you an avocado tester? What does it mean even, being an avocado tester? Is that some privileged tester that can have early access to the early access and test the testing site before it goes to PTU? We sometimes listen to Salty Mike, and as far as we understood, that is, avocado testers are players, backers who pledged more or less from the beginning and over the time quite some money. So as far as our thinking is going, is like, you cannot be an avocado tester if you haven't spent enough money. And Foxy Loxy was saying something about non-disclosure agreement, which he is not part of, which is quite fun. Or he didn't agree on. Yeah, invite only, privileged. That pre-test everything. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Foxy Loxy, if you go on YouTube or maybe also on Twitch, is a pretty fun guy. And he tests a lot of stuff we wouldn't even come to idea. No, power is on. Yeah. That blinking actually indicates that chip is on. And we cannot enter, so we go to the next one. And this one is off. 0.1 is the fish. Let's see how many boxes we can make with this one. Yeah, if you really are into salvaging, every time when is free flight time window, we do a salvage challenge. And it's supposed to be from November 22 this year up to the last day of November. We can. Afterwards, we will be away for a few months. But in this time window, we do salvage challenge. And the salvage challenge is about bringing all the ships available from free fly into space and salvage them with whatever tools are available. It doesn't matter if it's the handheld salvage tool, the big, the small, the vulture, or a reclaimer. And the challenge is not salvaging every ship, but creating the most, or the most amount of boxes per ship. And the winner is the one who created the most boxes. Yeah, this is the salvage challenge. And it's not only scrapping, no, it is also disintegrating as well. So it's not about making boxes fast, no, creating many boxes, as many as possible. And it doesn't matter if you spend hours and hours for one ship, but the one who creates the most boxes is basically the winner. And there is no prize for, there's no prize in that challenge. It's just like, not even organized. It's something we just do. We have a friend in the verse, we just do. And we do basically some sort of a statistic of all the ships we salvage in order to have an estimation of doing a salvage jobs, how many boxes we can create, how many boxes we do create, and approximately how much money we will do. This is the main reason underlying of the fun that lies within the challenge, of course. But we want to have that statistics. What ship brings you how many boxes? This is the main goal. And of course, having fun. This is something, not sure. Oh, we are still here in presentation layer. I think on our YouTube channel. On our YouTube channel, No Man's Scrap. We also have YouTube, of course. We have, where is, it's also empty. Can we go into studios? Studio. We also have here playlists set up already. Where's the salvage challenge? Here. Salvage challenge. Salvage challenge. Every now and then, Robert Space Industries publishes limited time windows for free fly. The link to it. During this time window, we are on a rush and complete the salvage challenge. Goals. Goal number 1, scrap every ship once. Goal number 2, create as much SU boxes as possible, RMC and CM per ship. Utilize every free ship for support if necessary. So if you do not have a reclaimer, but there is a reclaimer also available for the free flight, use a reclaimer. Team up with other players if desired. You can do it by yourself, doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is the main goal. Scrap every ship from free flight, create as many boxes as possible. The winner are those players' teams with the most SU boxes per ship. Factors: the amount of players involved per team is irrelevant from 1 to unlimited. The ships and tools involved to achieve the SU boxes are irrelevant from FPS to Vulture to Reclaimer. The only time limit is the free flight time window itself. That means you can scrap a ship a couple of times and just take the one you get the most boxes out of it. Yeah, you can do it. Then, time window, free fly. The money you make by selling the SU boxes is the prize money for the effort you take. So there is some sort of motivation in it. Priority. Fun and satisfaction for salvaging and participating in the challenge itself is the highest priority. Yeah, if you do not have fun, it doesn't really matter. And the result of this challenge is we collect all these information from all these participants and want to find out what ship actually creates the most boxes. Yeah, for the challenge, but also what ship creates what kind of boxes. And at the end, for our No Man's Scrap organization, that means if you see, for example, a Zeus, then you have an estimate of what you can expect if you salvage this ship, yeah. And you also have some sort of a ratio of, did you do a good job? If, let's say, the Zeus creates 8 boxes, RMCs, and you just created 6.5, then you know you didn't do a clean job. And we know we want to have clean space, so do a clean job. And that's why we ask about the bunker stuff, because when we do bunkers, we clean up. There is only body left behind. No gun, no armor, no nothing. most of the time. Depends on the time, and it also depends on the cargo box we take with us, because we fill it up and collect everything we can, and afterwards we sell the armor and guns, because we do not need the guns and not the armor, especially not the nine-tail armor. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, first class, second class, third class. Prioritize. It's an ideology we cannot follow, but it kind of makes sense. As a development house, the priority is in development, not in having joyful playtime in the early access version. Sense of business, totally understandable. Oh, great, already a 4.0 build. Yeah, we are looking forward to seeing what they implement in that, but so far the freight elevators are the only one positive changes they made through patch releases since we are in the verse. It's the only one so far. Thanks, but yeah, it is roleplay, and it's not only roleplay in the verse, in virtual reality. That's why it is important to bring it into real life as well. Because there is the mirroring effect, not the coping mechanism. Or who was that? Simon Sinek or another guy who do references to epigenetics, and it is like the copy mechanism, the copy-paste mechanism. Little babies, very little babies, they do not understand language, but what they do is seeing what they see. And if they look at the parents and the parents smiling, the baby is smiling back, usually. And if you are a smoker and you tell your little kid, or maybe adolescent kid, do not smoke because it's unhealthy, but you smoke, the kid will smoke because it watches you smoking. It's that copy-paste behavior, epigenetics. And if we bring that behavior, what we do here in the role play, into IRL, into real world, then other people will see we do that. And when we go into the woods, we are a group of 2 up to 10 people. Then all the people we see, or they see us doing that, we get a lot of compliments on, oh, this is a great idea. And especially when we have little kids with us, it's a great idea to show the little kids. Yeah, but where is your action? What is the consequence of your action? But most of the people who just given compliments, they do not do action in terms of cleaning up. But it's not a request, right? It's just like ask that question for yourself. In order to be response able, you need to ask these sort of questions. And there's also another thing to act or not act, is not trashing at all. Yeah, at the first place. Because if everyone does not trash, that means we do not need to go into the woods to clean up. And this should be actually the situation we should face. And this is the same idea here in the persistent universe in Star Citizen. If it actually would be persistent, because now it's not, it's still testing version to clean up after every patch release. But if it would be persistent and we trash the virtual virtual space here the same way we trash Earth, oh yeah, then you can change shorts, switch shorts, and have probably luck to be on shorts that is not that trashed, but it will be a question of time. If they do not clean up by the overlords. The overlords, whenever we mention overlords within our roleplay here, then we talk about CIG and the decision makers over there. Yeah. Sometimes we need to check the buffer, not that we continue scrapping and not having a track of the amount of boxes we can make. But yeah, time is running. It's already almost late afternoon, and we are not quite sure if we have the time for the 600i, but as it stands there, it looks like as if it's powered on. We actually can have a check. Yeah, powered on, so we cannot scrap that either. Yeah, the time definitely, I totally agree. Up until now, we haven't managed yet to measure time, because why? Maybe we are just not efficient enough, not professional enough in salvaging. Not sure if there are some hidden functions or settings we can make, like for example the scrap head, spreading the scrap heads in the right amount, having the right amount of distance. Usually we do like this one, where the left is the small one and the right is the big one. So we can go from right to left and we will have a bigger surface cleaned up and somehow faster. And the point you are talking about is what we thought about as well, not regarding on hurrying up, but we kinda thought that the ratio from UEC money to IRL money is 1,000. This is something that we figured, but we couldn't verify it properly, is the livery from ships and the bonus amount of money you can get if you buy some sort of a package or a sales package. And if it is 1,000, that means if you have let's say 1,000, something costs 1,000, you actually spend 1 IRL money. But that is way too expensive, so it has to be 10k. If you spend 10k USC, it should be 1 IRL money. And if that is a 10k, that means if you work, let's say 160 hours per month, let's put it, can we do that? This is the way we calculate the time ratio. Notepad. You should see the notepad, probably. Notepad. So if you work 100 hours per month and you will get, let's say, 5,000 IRL money, so then you have 5,000 per hour, right? Let's say 5,000 divided by the hour, so you get 31 IRL money per hour for your workday as an employee, right? And then multiply by 10k, then you will have the amount of money you need to make inside of the verse to have the same salary like you would have in IRL. So this is the time, this is how we rate the time to spend on salvage. If we salvage a Zeus And let's say we have 4 hours, just imagine, 4 hours to scrap the whole Zeus and also disintegrate. And we will make 4 times of these, 1.2 million for example. Then we will make the same amount of money as we would do for the same time in IRL. Then we consider to be fast enough. Yeah, this is how we calculate. And yeah, the reason why we do calculate that way, because we think that Star Citizen is the prototype for the metaverse. And of course there are plenty of metaverses, multiverse. If you have seen the Marvel movie Metaverse, we can recommend. Not metaverse, multiverse. The movie was called Multiverse. And the concept of the movie multiverse is basically what we experience here in Star Citizen. It's basically the very same. That's why they call it the verse, not the universe, not the multiverse, not the metaverse. They call it the verse. Because if you are on shard A, you are in one universe, and if you switch to another shard, you are in another universe. And having seen both of them, then you see multiverses. Yeah, this is the idea. And that's why Star Citizen as a thing has actually the potential of being a proper metaverse to lock all the people into virtual reality. Yeah. So right from above, yeah, the shape of the Zeus, we gotta say, is pretty nice for scrapping. It is really pretty nice. And if it's out in space, you can easily scrap both sides. And we think if you do a proper job, you could be finished with that one in no time. Yeah. Let's see if the Zeus is available on free fly next time. Then we will figure that out. And we will have an eye on the time as well. And if you want to be a part of this Salvage challenge, happy to join. But yeah, like we said, you can do it by yourself. You do not need to join. This is just like an idea, an inspiration of how to spend your time. So this ship, yeah, this ship is blinking, but power is off. So we will have a check if there is some boxes inside, but we do not think so. Come on, gear down. Gear was down. Yeah, thanks. We consider that as some sort of a compliment that we're giving tips out. We are all about sharing regarding of not capitalize on basically nothing, because at the end every information we give out is nothing worth if you not having tried it out by yourself. And this is not really an ideology, but if you ask the question, what is the difference between know and believe? To know and to believe. If we tell you, you can use these freight elevators, no, this is a bad example. When we say, if the ship is not blinking, then it means ship is powered off, right? But if the ship is blinking would mean, in the other hand, the ship is powered on. But that yellow ship is not powered on, but it is still blinking. So we can tell you that. You can believe what we tell, but you need to verify yourself if that information is accurate. And if you do not do that, you believe, but as soon as you verify, you know. And whoever comes and tell you something what you already know, and he telling lies and bullshit, you do not need to care about that. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, you can see on Twitch when we are live, of course, and the same stuff is also live on... Yeah, this is the lock system of foreign ships. We cannot enter the ship. So if you leave the cargo bay open, we can get into the ship, but if you lock the door or close the door, we cannot get in. So if that guy would have some fancy nice stuff in here, we would take that out, but the ship is ready to salvage. Yeah, if you go to YouTube, the same name of course, there are videos with timestamps if you are interested in. It's not all about gameplay, mostly not, especially when it's not when it's timestamped. It's completely not about the game. It's all about the ideas we share, like just the stuff we told you before. The difference between to believe and to know is if you verified, if you experienced, if you if you really experienced by yourself, you know it is. And if you redo that action and you will get the same result like you did before, you be assured every time you redo that kind of action, it will have the same result. So you really know what you are doing and what you'll get. This is knowledge, to know. And everything else is belief, hearsaying, or whatever. So we have a massive desync here. We cannot power on. Yeah, would like to see you around, having a chat. And if you are online, next time you can add us as friend. We have Discord set up. We are not really on Discord, but we have the same No Man's Grab stuff over there. We are on Spectrum with all that. We are on Twitch. We have a No Man's Grab Twitch, but we do not stream there yet. Yeah, if you like, join. It's basically easy gameplay. No hurry, no stress, no obligation. Yeah, if we see you next time here, we can talk about the world. If you like to hear what the world is, we can do that. Yeah, large streamers. We followed Avenger 8 because Avenger 1 because he seems to be a man of word, honest, mindful. We do not really like what can we say? Do we like? Do we don't like? No, we follow him because he's a decent man. If you want to have let's say similar mindset like we have, you will find it Avenger 1. He's kind of famous for dogfighting combat stuff, but he also does a lot of other stuff. If you want to have this is the biggest streamer we follow. And what else do we follow? We have Salty Mike, just because he doesn't sound British, but we do not like this commercial stuff. He always want to sell some manscaping stuff, and you see it from different streamers. It doesn't really need to be Star Citizen streamers. They all do promote at the very same time the same product, and we totally understand the economical aspect of making advertisement for products, but we do not sell anything here. No, we don't. Yeah, sharing is caring, yeah. If you are good to others, they will mirror the goodness, not specifically back to you, but they will continue. They will bear the goodness to others. And so we can spread all this goodness. But even the goodness, good and bad, is an illusion. But yeah, we probably on the same line with that. So what is the buff for 9.7? Promote gambling. With gambling you mean other games than the one you just watch, or gambling like betting on something? Yeah, there's another reason why we do not follow big streamers, and that is their how do we call it? Business plan. Yeah, you can call it business plan. If we followed Bürgertums, which is a pretty stupid name to use as a streamer. Bürgertums is also some sort of a Star Citizen player. He's young, he sounds young, and his target audience seems to be young according to the comments we saw. And that is totally fine, but he doesn't tell the truth. That's why we pointed that out. We also have some streams about him. And what we also noticed about Oli, don't know what is left, Oli G, no, Oli P, no. Some Oli also does Star Citizen content, and he always talks about the good stuff, and he completely ignores all the realistic bad stuff. And this is the problem of this business model, business plan of being a YouTuber, being a streamer professionally, because you need to promote stuff that provides income. And in order to continue that sort of business, you need to talk positive about whatever. And talking always, like Oli for example, or even Bürgertums, talking always positive about stuff, it is just wishy-washy. It's just putting sand in other people's eyes so that they don't see clearly. And that is basically a lie, and lying to others is also suffering in a way. Yeah, that's why we do not follow that much big streamers. Avenger One is the only one so far, but he announced that he will do merch, probably his own stuff. But yeah, he will sell stuff then in order to make some money, and it's totally okay for in economic sense to be in the business. But we will see how that plays out. And if you want to check, we had stream session, and you can see it on YouTube because they will stay longer, with the title Greed Kicks In. Some of them are just gameplay, some of them are with timestamps, and yeah, that is a problem. If you have a business model about that, being a streamer, being a YouTuber, you do everything to maintain that income stream. It doesn't matter if you need to lie. That's why we do not follow big streamers or those kind of streamers who strive to be a YouTuber in order to make money. Yeah, and that's why probably our own project, being a YouTube streamer with about gaming, we do not do. First of all, we do not have the energy to learn all the games, and second, we do not strive for money. Yeah, this is really gambling. If you're betting, if you're gambling like that, you put action, money into something where you have absolutely no control about the outcome. You do not have any influence about the outcome. And so, yeah. If you want to have that experience, go for it. Betting, gambling, it's like playing lottery. Yeah. The hopes and dreams. This is something what we experienced here in the verse and the community of the verse, that hopium and the dreams. And all those who lose hope, they start to see the real. And yeah, Avenger 1 starts to see the real, and some others, like Salty Mike, also noticed or sees the real, but he just denies it in order to maintain his virtual being. And there's another YouTuber, we wouldn't say he's big, but he also streams. It's the Grumpy Eye. We stumbled over him because of he did some videos about joysticks in Citizen, and he also did real talks. That's why we followed him. And he sells sometimes. He does a promotion of Tobii eye tracker and stuff like that, and that's totally fine. But you hear it, to feel it. He actually talks true. And he uses his words wisely if he critiques a product, but he's still honest. He's not, oh, is the filler station full? No, not again. Tolkien and Salvage. Probably a bad combination. Yeah, the kids. Yeah, I don't know how kids are actually able to gamble, because as far as we know, you need to have some sort of money. But our friend has a young boy, 7 or so, 8 or 9, don't know. And he is some sort of into gaming. And he told me last time we saw that he needs to watch advertisement to get in-game money. And so he watches advertisement. It's pretty weird. Not sure if parents should do something, but at the end it is about the awareness. Yeah, if the kid has the possibility to have that kind of experience, parents can make the kid aware of what they experience and reflect. This would be probably a way we would do if we would have kids. But yeah, consequences can be massive. The reason your text is at the very left side of the left screen, that's why we need to have a break when we read. Yeah, predatory. It's extra terrible because so many viewers are kids, of course. Promoting gambling to kids, yeah. It's widely outside. Yeah. People can purchase skins in Steam games and you can trade or sell it. Okay. So there are gambling websites just for Steam games. Yeah, we noticed that. We see that. That's why, that's why we mentioned our Epic Game Launcher, because we stay far away from Steam and Steam games. And the reason is, we wanted to buy a game that is only available at Steam, but come on, because it was listed as a subscription. And we didn't figure out what we subscribe to, but we do not want to have a subscription. We want to have a one-time payment, and we get the license or the copy of the game, and that's it. And this is something what Star Citizen never will be. You will never buy a copy or a license. You only have access to an online service as long as you pay. Not now, not in the early access, but later on when it goes live. And as if we heard right to robots, Christopher, that will be sooner than we want to have it, because they will just announce it, this is live, and now everything goes on, but they keep going on developing and basically just labeling different, but it's still the same, it's still early access. But then they have like taxes implemented, insurance services implemented, online services implemented. So there will be the breaking point to find out who is addicted to the verse and who is just having fun here. Most of the Steam is fine. I've heard some bad things about Epic Games also. Yeah, probably you can hear about everything, something bad. And at the end it is the same thing like we said before. As long as you just hear it, it is hearsaying. But you need to experience by yourself in order to figure out if it's true or not. And for us, primarily it is just like the subscription thing on Steam is just the reason to avoid it. But yeah, there are some games on Steam not available anywhere else. And if we are somewhat desperate or dedicated gamers, we would have been go into Steam and have pay for it probably, but we are not. Yeah, and in Epic Games we have, what do we have? Cyberpunk. We spent money for Cyberpunk. We spent money for taxi driver simulation because we have a steering wheel. Yeah, that's the only games we paid money for. Yeah, that's pretty wise to held off of Star Citizen, because as we experienced, so every patch release is something worse than it was before. And experience that is just like, oh no, it's just getting worse and worse. And if you have a break and coming back after a while, it's just like, this is the situation now, can we deal with it? What are you doing? Are you tired? No, this is heavily desync. But the body behaves accurate. Yeah, I think sometimes Star Citizen are circling back. If the community is too loud, they need to make sure that people stay. I'm not sure. Oh no, let's have a check when we're just thinking about it. Chris Roberts. Okay, let's have a check. We are checking World Economics Forum. You should see that. Young global leaders. Want to find out, members, young global leaders, alumni. Oh, this is alumni, because here we'll find Putin. No, Putin. Oh wait, Putin. No, Putin is not alumni. Roberts. Kate Roberts. We know Kate Roberts. But she's from California. So Chris Roberts is not here. Putin is also not here because Putin is a global leader. Putin, young global leader. Maybe they update this list year by year. Not sure if they are not constantly, just for a certain amount of time. Putin. Yeah, world leaders. Yeah, they are all young global leaders, even though they are not young anymore. So, what we want to find out if Chris Robert is part of those gang. Probably not. Because Roberts is a movie maker, or in that area. Yeah, probably not. But if we have time, we will go deeper into it to find out if there is a connection. Because the assumption will be, if there is proof of a connection, that means it's really metaverse. One of those many possible. Whoa! Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it was not successful. We didn't find what we expected to find, so no worries. But thanks for feedback. That means next time we need to make sure we zoom in a bit more. So up until now we haven't figured out when is auto eject active and when not. So there is not lit. Now it is lit. Let's have a check if it's going on now. Yeah, when the boxes attack. We died a couple of times because of the angry boxes. But it should be some sort of a desync problem. Or just these certain aspects of not proper working physics. Because most of the time the physics works pretty well and somewhat pretty accurate. But boxes under the ship, into the ship, boxes are quite mighty. Yeah. Yeah, that checkbox, the place for the checkbox is still here, but we cannot see it. But it looks like as if it's lit, like now. Now it is lit. And when we press, it's not lit anymore. So when it's lit, auto eject is active. Because this one we are pointing at is the one that came out automatically. Yeah, we would prefer the checkbox. It's just an obvious visual indicator. Yeah, it looks like as if we need to do a salvage tour once more today. No, not today. Today is after this. We will check the other side of the facility if there are more ships, and if not, we will unload everything into the hangar. Not the hangar, the freight elevator, and then we try to fracture those zoos, the fish, and the Taurus, not the Taurus, the constellation. And we expect to be shot down by the facility's turrets that will give us the certainty that you are not allowed to fracture ship on private property when there are turrets. Yeah, lots of patience. So, but I think the zoos look like done. Let's have a check on the color. Oh, come on. Second time. Yeah, all good things are 3. Incapacitated. What did we? We just entered the ship. Oh, life in the verse is deadly. So we are at Farnsway as long as we do not. We bleed out. Ah, the boxes actually killed us. Okay. Luckily we are not that far away from here. We are at Everest respawn point. We usually do not do suicide, but in that kind of case we kinda need to. Otherwise we could annoy someone else to rescue, but yeah. If it were, can that be? No, hydration would be visible visually. The visuals would start to get aberrations. That was not the case. No aberration. That means enough hydration. No, what we saw, what you didn't see, on the left side of the third monitor, there is our health status, and we got injuries at the legs. And we kind of bleeded out, and so our suspicion is the boxes killed us, or the aftermath of the box attack was the one thing that killed us. Looks like, yeah, but at least we got the glasses still on. This is the very most important stuff. We do not need much because we will reclaim our suit and gear anyways. So if you have a couple of ships, this is what we do. We have the Aurora, is our pledged ship during Foundation Festival in July 24. And because we have this Foundation Festival edition ship, we got 2 Auroras. One with the livery of the Foundation Festival, and the other one is the standard one, the white one. But it is stored here on Lawville, so we will use this Aurora every time when we need to recover our body and continue where we stopped before, and do not need to waste time and money to wait on the Vulture, for example. Yeah, easy peasy. So that's why we do not really care about suiciding in that case, because we still continue doing what we did. It's not that we suicide and then do something different. Yeah, no, hydration was not low. Killed by the boxes. Is that the name you have in-game? The same like you have in Twitch? Or you use another name? Oh, it might be that we have a problem because we are in the chair. that we are in the chair of the vulture. That means it could be that we cannot get rid of the body. Alright. Let's have a check if we can remember that. Then we will have an eye on you in the community tab. But otherwise just yeah. If you want to have some sort of a gameplay together, you can still, or we can add friends, and then we have a session. We can give you a lift from area 18 to wherever to spawn your vulture. But what we thought today is that we can, to start lift the organization, we can start publish all locations where we find salvageable ships, even though when we are on the way not with the vulture, and then other players have the possibility or the opportunity to salvage there as long as they are connected on the same server like we are, in order to live basically the life of a salvager and clean up wherever that is. And if we have an actual proper list of all the ships available and the according amount of RMCs, then players can have their own decision about is it worth to go there. For example, we had been there on Pyro Gateway. There were small ships, some sort of fighter ships. Probably not more than 4 RMC boxes. And if you have to travel 4 minutes to go there just to have 2 boxes, I'm not sure if that is worth, but for the cleanup stuff, yeah, it would be cleanup. It would be a cleanup job. No. Wait. No helmet. Quest. Is that questing and the questioning related to each other? In order to do some quests, do you need to quest some questions? In order to find the loot? Probably this server is done. Gravitational force is too big. Yeah, that sounds great if that multiplayer stuff really comes into place. Even some sort of organization would need to have protection at one point of time. And we also thought about doing the big heavy hauling stuff with the whole sea. And even there we probably need to have some sort of support. What is the name? If escort is the name. And yeah, there are particular reasons why we do or not are an actual organization, but we can go into that at some time. France way. But that would be great if there would be some sort of a link or connection to each other, and if we can build some sort of a community. Haven't checked out the groups. There are some groups you can create. When we are entering the global chat, we created a group, and the group is still here, even though there is nothing, because we just did. If we can create a group and bring people into that group, and the group will remain online even if the creator is gone, so we could create some sort of groups in the global chats. So it might be, but this is something that we could test. It might be that you do not need to be friends, and you also do not need to be in a party in order to be in a group. And if that is the case, so then we can create groups. Yeah, you create your own group, we can create our group, and just flip in between those groups to have a communication. If someone does salvaging and needs protection, for example, or if a pirate is attacking and we need to do some sort of a revenge or reclaiming all the goods, this could be an interesting gameplay. Because they say, and it's absolutely reasonable why they say that, you need to have an organization in order to be able to sustain in diverse, because the larger groups will be key. Yeah. And if we can create something anti-group, put it that way, and we still can operate just because we are not a group, not an organization, that would be awesome. But also would be a nice experiment regarding to the metaverse idea, where they want to digitalize every single entity on Earth. So the boxes are still angry or damaged the ship. Yeah. Our body is still in the ship, in the pilot seat. Yeah, do you know when the patch 0.3 is coming out? Exact date? Because listed on the website they just say Q3, which basically just started now or yesterday. Is that a sign of server error incoming? Can you tell us the name of your org? No. But it's still our ship, yeah. Yeah, this is something that pisses us off when they cannot give us a date, because over the last patch we lost the Taurus. That was 8 million. We just lost 8 million during the patch release, and our suspicion is, and we do not want to verify that one, our suspicion is because the Taurus was not inside the hangar during that patch release. It was somewhere on next to Glacier, but not inside the hangar. And we had been in Glacier during the patch release, and after the patch release we logged in again, and we had to select our primary location and woke up in Lorville, of course. And ship was gone. And so, yeah, we like to know when is patch release, because we do not want to lose another ship or the Taurus once more, because we cannot. We almost have this 8 million once more, but we do not want to spend 8 millions after 8 millions just to keeping the Taurus with us. And the other thing what we also noticed is these RMC boxes, we can store it wherever there is a freight elevator, like this Farnsway for example. But after patch release, these boxes are gone. So we do not want to have RMC boxes distributed around Stanton worth of money and losing it because of patch release. But we totally understand CIG. That's why we were totally surprised. They announced, what was it, Q2? Yeah, second quarter this year they will release whatever. And the very the very last working day in August they actually released the patch. So we were surprised that they hold basically deadline without even announcing it. And yeah, we understand why people are pissed, because they set expectations to other people which they have influence, but they cannot control. That's why they are disappointed when CIG doesn't deliver on that date. Cause and reaction. Action, reaction. Yeah. So during this lag time, we are going back. Let's see here. Death Cop. We get the job done. PMC. Hardcore roleplay exclusive. Oh, join us. Welcome, citizen. Ready to become more? If so, then join us in our flight to save lives. Fight to save. Test. Many years ago, a top secret military experiment went wrong. They created a serum to provide immunity to pathogen toxins. Yeah, this will come into real life. But it's all went wrong. The unity they tested on lost their sense of fear and had heightened aggression, along with the unit steadily descending into madness. But all was not lost. Did we read this one? Kind of sounds familiar. So the crusade continues into the cold dark depth of space, and only one last surviving unit, led by their high commander, are left. Death Corps. Our flagship is a Drake Kraken by name of... Yeah, but the Kraken is not available right now, right? Death Corps motto. What's going on? What we are looking for in our unit. We do not want any affiliate, only full members. Okay, so we are out of criteria. minimum age, a couple of 18th. We do not want any Idris ships as of right now. We are in need of. Yeah, the traders, probably we can provide. But because we created our own group, we cannot become full members. As the last date we checked groups and orgs. Yeah, traders. The traitors is the one thing that we could probably provide, especially when we have the whole sea. Then we should be able to do trading, proper trading. Yeah, no worries. Our site is also not updated. Yeah, because we need the website, our website on. Without the website, it's not really worth to promote it yet. You are actually the only one, the very first so far, who knows that we have an organization. Yeah, that is the case. One thing is, we are out of chair. Perfect. So let's have a check. Because now we should have a duplicate of the sunglasses. No! No! The tractor beam, the big tractor beam. 20k. It's not that we do not have the money to rebuy, but it's 20k! And the sunglasses. Do we have glasses on? Yeah, we have glasses on, but it would have been great if we had a duplication of that. Okay. So we go to what's going on? We are gonna go to the freight elevator, unload these boxes, and then we are done for today. Sun seems to set, and one more ship to salvage. Yeah, this is actually what we wanted to do. We wanted to power off the ship, but we cannot. Yeah, flying or the gravitation of Hurston was immediately higher than average, or the vulture sucked it in. Not sure. What we thought, what we can do is check the inside of the ship, but the body doesn't behave the same way like the boxes, because the boxes may flip around and appear somewhere. Yeah. Unfortunately, the armor is not that big of a deal, but the tractor beam, SRTs, and the cambio stuff, because we actually wanted to do a proper salvage. For example, this one, yeah? This Zeus with the vulture, we cannot scrap underneath. But with the SRT, we actually could have done that. But no. The universe does not want to have a cleanup job here. And for some reason we cannot enter the ship. Or yeah, desync. junker shops. What is a junker shop? Junk. From the junk, like scrap. Yeah. Probably with the components we can help, because this is something what we also do, like as a salvage, because inside the Star Citizen community everybody is thinking that salvaging is only about scrapping hulls and creating RMC and CM boxes. But if you look up the word salvage, it has nothing to do with that. And so, yeah, these zoos, if it would work, if we could do the proper work we had planned to do, we would salvage, scrap the hulls even with a hand tool, and afterwards we would detach all the weapons and components we can and bring it to Lowville. Complete clean-up job at the end. And if we had some components, but what we figured out, these ship components, they are gone after patch release as well. We figured. And we are not quite sure if we should exit the game and some lucky guy can pick up our RMC boxes. Because with the small tractor beam it just takes ages to move all this. We would need to walk 8 times, if not 13 times. And as soon as we leave the ship, we cannot go back in. Unless we manage to turn around the ship. Floor dogs. Never heard of that. Floor dogs. Wischmann? Yeah, that locks. Yeah, I understand. We had the same thought or idea of doing some sort of, and then we thought, okay, we just do the ship components, and then we thought, who will come to Lowville to buy some ship components? Yeah. So, but we will see what CIG will deliver us. Yeah, that is gone. Yeah, that is something what we thought today as well. Tractor beam that can hold multiple boxes at the same time. Especially the small ones, let's say up to 2 SCU. One tractor beam can pick up 2 boxes at the same time, minimum, if not more. Yeah, frame rates are not that bad, 29. But it's just wacky. And there are more RMC boxes in the freight elevator still waiting to be lowered. Yeah. Maybe we can do some feature requests. Feature request for CRG to make Star Citizen better. Look at this box, like a little kid playing by himself. Do you know the floor dog? What is a floor dog? No, haven't noticed that hot dog stands. The hot dog stands itself, yes, but not the dropping. Floor dogs. So floor dog, if we do Google picture, we actually find floor dogs. That is actually dogs lying on the floor with the ability to clean the floor just by being on the floor somewhat. So we thought the floor dog may be the tool you need to clean the floor. Wish mop. Because the wish mop has also like the name mop inside, like the dog, the race to the mop. Small dogs. Yeah, it looks like as if we are really done here, and we are almost willing to abandon these RMC boxes. Yeah. There is one. Let's have a check if attaching to the Aurora works again, or if it's still not working. No. This is something that worked quite some time, but now it doesn't. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we wanted to have the big tractor beam. That's why we didn't like to lose our body. What we could do is suicide once more. But seeing that, yeah, we abandoned the boxes. Too much pain for nothing. For a little bit of money. And so this is the actual proof we did that for cleaning up, not for the money. But it would be great if it just works fine. Yeah. Unfortunately not. Hey, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Pretend to work? Yeah. cool. You are also desync. Yeah, definitely. We will not load the towers today. We will come back probably tomorrow. If you wanna, you can check our video from today in the morning. Was it morning? Where we did the holding contract stacking. If you are still playing or try to play again after the release 0.3, yeah, it is a long video, of course, like always. But if you can, probably we'll do some timestamps. If you want to see some, just the way we do, yeah, it's not giving tips or something. It's just like the way we do and the thought we made why we do that. Might be interesting to you. And yeah, we need to do practice. That's why we probably go out with the towers tomorrow again, stacking more these hauling contracts, because we want to raise up in what's going on. We want to raise up in the ranks of hauling. Yeah, now we do not need this. That's what we made. We do not. Yeah, it's completely bugged. We want to rank up in the hauling contracts reputation. Now we are on the member. And if we continue like this, we would have been soon, probably, having some sort of the amount of money to buy the whole sea. This is next ship goal. And we do not know if we buy the ship for ourselves, because we are salvagers. And the towers itself, we thought that about quite some time. We have, with the Vulture and the towers, for us, for our gameplay, roleplay, the perfect match. And if we have a whole sea, we would take out the whole sea only for cargo and only from space station to space station. And it is just a side hustle, it's not the main gameplay. So we do not know if we would spend 15 mil or so for a ship we do not actually use in our more or less everyday sessions. So we probably will give that money to our friend who tries to make a living as a mercenary. But yeah, not sure. Yeah. So this is it probably for now. Farnsway, we are at Farnsway. Here could be some activities, mercenary activities, but without an empty RMC box and without a proper tractor beam. We do not do that today. Yeah, so far, thanks for watching, Question Beast. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part in today's session. And you never know, maybe we meet someday in the verse. Would be nice to see you somewhere. Either it's on Twitch, Discord, the verse itself. Would be awesome to have some friends or connections to have a gameplay. Up until now we are still solo. We have friends in our friends list, but it's not like an actual playing together. And we are not looking for friends to stick in every session together, of course not, because every time when we go into the verse we have plans to do. Most of the times the plans do not fulfill, because the verse offers always some sort of distraction, some errors, some bugs, some glitches. Like this one, we wanted to have a proper cleanup, and we mean with a proper, an actual proper cleanup. There is nothing left from all the ships we can scrap. But yeah, didn't go that well. Okay, thanks. And see ya next time. See ya. And outro. That would have been the outro of some sort.